Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I've put out some shorts, so I'm going to give you a intuitive reading. I want to thank all of you who have been with me from the beginning, all the subscribers. Thank you so much. Without you, there's no need for me to be here, so thank you. And I'd like to thank God for the opportunity to read for all of you. And I hope that you find some clarity in the reading that you can apply to your own life for your self-healing, your self-clarification, building your empowerment, your self-empowerment, and loving yourself more as you find different ways, different paths to heal yourself. So thank you all, and thank God. So the reading, I say, would begin with like the Ace of Cups, and that's a new beginning in love. Okay, so I kind of see that someone out there, might be you or your person, or it might be someone you've never met before that has seen you from a distance, or maybe seen you at a park when they saw you, possibly maybe they met you briefly. You ignited something within that person. And what happens to us all when someone ignites that feeling of love, like, I want to know more about that person. I want to know what that person's about. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? Do they like to travel? Do they like to go camping? Do they like to go fishing? Do they like to go dancing? Do they enjoy the luxurious things of life? Entertaining, so forth, so on, shopping, all the different things that people do. So, maybe this person sees you as their 10 of Cups. And sometimes when, I don't know, I think when a man who's, I would say, usually really, maybe this person's really charismatic, and he can really talk to people. He can really be descriptive. He probably kind of fills people out. Like, what is it that they're looking for? Like, what is it that I should say to ignite their interest in me if I'm interested in him or her? Put it where it resonates, okay? Anyway, so then, they're imagining all these different things. And if you guys are energetically connected, you might be, you might be home getting into the bathtub, and then you might have this feeling of someone lurking around the corner. It could be someone's energy, just trying to see what you're doing. How do you spend your day? And believe me, people do have that, they do have that intellect. They do have, I don't know if it's a learned thing for this person, or is it something that's generational. But, so I see this person trying to contemplate how to approach you. And what happens is when somebody is so, they're used to, they would say, the easy ones. They're used to women or men falling at their feet. Oh, you want to spend time with me? I'm available whenever you are. So then you get put in a slot. And sometimes these guys or girls want several people on their roster. Like, that's the way I think of a lot of people today. However, this particular person couldn't put you in the roster, right? Because you held your morals higher, and you weren't going to play that game. So maybe you called them out on it. Maybe you were just a little bit short with them. Maybe, maybe, maybe you cussed them out. I don't know. However, if you've been thinking about that person, no matter how long it's been, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 20 years, you can be assured that that person's thinking about you. So what happens is when someone's used to just having people get on their roster and you raise the bar on them and say, go over there with all your little scallywags. I don't know what you call them. Go with those that want to be on your roster, because I don't do that. And so this person's been thinking about you a lot, and he doesn't know how to approach you. And she put a word that's okay. So they become shy in how they talk to you, because they don't want to say something to push you further away. And yet they still sort of want to see if maybe you'll change down and you'll get on their roster. But they know that if they try that and you're still holding on to your morals, which you should, then that could be the total end of anything in the future. So I believe that your person is contemplating. I believe that your person had a whole slew on his or her roster. I believe that there's always a comparison to you, that no one could ever compare to you. And your person was thinking that they could go and find someone that makes them feel the way that you made them feel when you two were together. And for me, the scariest, weirdest thing is that connection that I have with my twin flame. I'll just say this much, is we never did anything. We never kissed. We never met anywhere. We just kind of happened upon each other here and there. And every time it was like the Disney movies, you know. It's like the prince and the princess, you know. It's kind of like when he embraced me, it was like everything else around was like a blur. I only saw him. So people might say, oh well, you're obsessed, because he doesn't feel that way. And I've approached him a couple times, and I just wanted to know his truth. And he couldn't tell me his truth. What does that say? Does that say that he doesn't owe me any explanation just as a person? Like, he can't answer that because he wants me to chase him? Or because the intensity of the connection is so strong that he can't even like delve into it? So anyways, so back to this intuitive reading. I believe that someone who possibly pushed you away, who probably saw you as something really amazing, your aesthetics, your intelligence, and he's probably thinking, wow, you know, I've had girls who were really beautiful, but they could barely add, right? Or I've had girls that were really beautiful, but they couldn't carry a conversation. I've had girls who were beautiful who couldn't lift up a hammer. So, you know, your person probably sees you as someone who outdoes all of them on his roster or her roster. And he's trying to figure out how to get back. He knows that he pushed you away. He thought that he wasn't good enough for you. He thought he didn't have enough to give. The funny thing about love is when it's really true love, right? Money really doesn't matter. If you accept the love, if you accept that God is love and love is God, right? If you accept, like my tattoo on my neck says "Living Divinity," I've accepted that this is my life from now. When I got the tattoo, or prior to the tattoo, to the day I die. This is what my calling is. So, it could be your person pushed you away because he or she wasn't ready. Like, they didn't know about spirituality. They didn't really know that much about God. Or maybe they did, but, they learned about God in the church. They didn't learn about God from their grandma. They didn't learn about God in the home. It was all in church. So, you can go to church all day long, every day of the week. If you go to church to hear the sermon, but when you walk out that door, you didn't apply anything that you heard, then you just wasted your time, the preacher's time, and the good time you could have shared with the Lord. All right, so your person pushed you away because he or she didn't feel like you fit in. The feelings were there, but he or she was choosing to go with the crowd instead of going with his or her heart. So I see that your person was very passionate person, very creative. I see like a King of Wands, so that means, I don't know, they say that big D energy. He could really lay it down, right? But maybe he was hiding his truth, that he really did have a truth within him that he should have spoken up to you. But for whatever reason, he held back. So he pushed you away. He cut everything with you. Maybe it was just like, hey, I'm involved over here, so you're bothering me right now, or look, I really like you, but I can't like you that much because I'm in a relationship, or just blunt, hey, I have plenty. Most women would die to get on my roster, and you're saying no. Like, what makes you better than them? Nothing, like for me, nothing makes me better than them. It's the choices I make that's better for me, where they just are willing to do whatever. Anyways, back to the reading. Putting to rest what was. Trying to put to rest that love that is shared between you and your person. How are you doing that? You are choosing yourself. You are choosing to get involved with loving yourself more. You aren't tied up with anybody right now. You're able to have your creativity flow, run in a flowing, beautiful manner. You are working on keeping your house up. You're working on pampering yourself. You're working on the best version of you. What is your person working on? Your person's still working on forgetting you, forgetting the impact that you held for him. Whatever it is that you said, however it was that you talked to him or her, however you treated them, they're trying to figure out, why is she so nice? She wants my money. No, I don't want your money. That's the kind of people that your person's drawing in. And maybe your person is or was the kind of person, I got hurt once when I was in high school, and I really loved that girl, and she did this, and this to me. And I'm never going to go through that pain again. I'm going to close myself off. I'm going to get the ones that I could hook up quickly with, and I could keep them on my roster, or I can drop them. So, your person might have a 7-day roster. So, every week he has his 7-day roster. Then he drops 2 and gets 2 new ones, whatever the situation is. So he's trying to do all this and trying to impress his friends. Oh yeah, I'm a stud, I'm the man, I'm this, I'm that. I got it going on, blah, 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 blah. But all of this is to forget about you, and it's not working. So, gallivanting, playing the field, playing with women's hearts, because he doesn't want to feel anything. He just wants to go in for the motion. Get in and get out. Hopefully he's using protection, because, who knows, he could have some powerful sperm out there and get someone pregnant, and then he's tied up. But, that's not my business, and it's not yours, unless you're the guy, right? Yeah, it's the guy's business to make sure that he's taking care of himself. And a lot of guys like it raw. And to tell you the truth, I don't really know what the real feeling difference is. I guess for the guy, it's like skin to skin. I don't really know the difference, I would say. But anyways, moving forward. So your person's out partying, trying to figure it out. Why is this person always on my mind? Maybe they go to work, and maybe that's the place where he met her, and then it's like he sees her ghost on every aisle, every cubicle he sees her. He sees an illusion of her because he's thinking so much about her, which is you. Okay, so, over time he's seeing that the people around him were competing. Either they wanted him and his resources, or they didn't want him to be with you because maybe they wanted you, guys and girls. I don't know. Okay, so your person's understanding now that, I'm running low on money, and I'm not out there with them like that, and I'm letting them know, and they still want me to come out, but they know that I'm the one that always has to put in, like, whatever, the majority of it. Maybe he lives with someone, and they have weekend parties, and they send him out to go buy all the stuff, right? And then they all just sit back after he's gone and chuckle about how she's got him wrapped around her finger, and he does whatever she asks and spends all his money. So maybe he's getting tired of that right now. Maybe he's been thinking about you so much that he's thinking about what it would be like to actually live with you, to actually get to know you, to actually meet you at a coffee place and socialize just the two of you. He's thinking about what it would be like. Like, maybe his life right now is so demanding, and maybe the person he's attached to or she's attached to is just that, attachments. Like, it's for the stability. It's for, a roof over your head. You're sharing finances so you can afford a bigger place. You got your rent or your mortgage. You got all your utilities. You still have to worry about your car insurance and your gas and keeping up the car to get to work, back and forth and so on, and your food. So he's sharing all the expenses, but if he's the one that's giving out everything and not getting too much in return, maybe he's thinking about you saying, well, she never asked me for anything. He never asked me for anything. Just spend time. Anyways, I think when you make too many demands, people see it as you're holding yourself at a higher caliber or something. Like when you make the demands, yes, you must pay all the rent. Yes, you must provide for me. If I want a new car, you must buy me a car and you must make the payments. That's hooker for hire, and that's just how I see it. Who am I? But I've always worked for everything I ever wanted, and I've gotten some things that I wanted, and but there are still things that I want that I'm willing to put in the work for. I'm willing to do what is necessary. But I never got with a man because of whatever money. Money doesn't buy love. The love's either there or it's not. So anyways, he's thinking right now about how it would be to be with you. And I'm saying that because when I was doing my shorts, I saw the Fool card, and it made me think of this reading. So yeah, he or she's thinking about what it would be like to be with you. Like both of you in the kitchen, preparing lasagna together, or making waffles, or, making coffee and getting the table ready and things like that. Going shopping together, grocery shopping, going to the market, hanging out at the beach, going up to Avila Hot Springs and being under the moonlight for 45 minutes. So it's a 45-minute thing, and I think it's during the week it's like $40 or $50 an hour to be in the hot tubs, and on the weekends it's higher. So anyways, there's probably different things he or she's trying to imagine what it would be like to spend time with you. I think they're really regretting their choices, and the thing about it is everything happens for a reason, because if he hasn't gone through all of this, what he's gone through, or she, and not learning lessons, there's no way that he or she could come back to you, because there's no lessons learned. Spirit, I believe, is putting your person through a battery of tests, and if they don't pass the test, they have to repeat it. It's sort of like in school, right? You need that C grade or whatever to pass. And if you don't, back in the day, your teacher would spend time with you and let you take another test. You could take the test 3 different times just to get you to pass the test with the knowledge you've learned to move on to the next grade. So I think your person spends a lot of time, like I said, I may have said it earlier, they might be like leaving to go to work, and before they put their car in drive, they're looking at your social media, seeing what you've posted, seeing what you've said, seeing if, I don't know, there's any hints to saying, hey, the door's open. I don't believe a woman could just give free rein to a guy, to a man in those circumstances. And and vice versa. I mean, if it's the woman that pushed you away and you're the man here, they're the ones that have to come back. They're the ones that pushed you out. So if they really didn't intend that, and you really have feelings for that person, or you think that you can reopen possibly something you've already closed, then I would say just be willing to listen. And that person has to take the risk. That person has to kind of bite the bullet and say, hey, I shouldn't have treated you that way. And explain it however they're going to explain it, and you listen. And you pay attention to their mannerisms. And you make sure that you always have eye contact. The eye contact. It's like I had this falling out with one of my cousins, and it was like her whole family tree was trying to embark on something that I told her about. Basically, I told her, I said, if I will share my idea with you, and we'll do it 50-50 if you just help me. And she says, what is it? So I told her about it, and Spirit actually woke me up in the middle of the night. See, I don't really know what happened in order, okay? But anyways, I had gone across the road, and I had met my cousin's granddaughter, who's like 20, and then she has a little baby. So my cousin is a great grandma. Anyway, so I met them, and every time I ever saw her granddaughter, she was always smiling, happy to see me and stuff. And I went there one day, and it was like I could feel something in the air. And it got real quiet. My Uncle Joe was there. And it was just really quiet, and like they were telling on themselves, right? Anyways, so then I look over at her granddaughter, and her granddaughter's just sitting in the corner looking down, and she just side-eyes me and looks up like, oh, if you could have just been here, a little fly on the wall. You could have heard everything, because it's written all over her face anyways. So then in the middle of the night, Spirit woke me up, and I just grabbed my phone and went to Facebook, and I didn't even go to my cousin's daughter's page. It just popped up, and it said, hey, all of you people that we're starting this thing over here in Santa Maria, blah, blah, blah. And it was like one of my ideas, right? So I went over there like the next day, and I called my cousin out. Her dad was in the house, and I know he could hear, but I didn't want to like go off in front of him, because, God forbid if the anger or the energy might have given him a heart attack, I didn't want that, I would never wish anything bad on anybody. But I told her, I was like, can I talk to you outside? And I was like, I said, I didn't even go to your daughter's page. So as soon as I woke up and picked up the phone and went right to that page, right to her page. And I said, how could you do that? I said, you could have helped me and shared it. You could have said no and dropped it. Or you could have said, oh, I'm going to screw her over. I'm going to take her idea. I'm going to take it and run. I said, you chose that one. And I told her, I said, I don't care if I don't talk to you for a day, a week, a month, or for the rest of my life. And then another day, I heard someone called you. Someone said, that fucking bitch. And I got on Facebook and went to her daughter's page, and her daughter's like 40-something. And I said, did you say, referring to me, that fucking bitch? Because you shouldn't do it behind my back. You should come to my face and tell me. And then that week, they disassembled that whole thing against me. That was spirit. That was spirit guiding me to say what I said. These are my family. We're not supposed to be trying to screw people over. We're supposed to be trying to help each other. And so, if I'm ever in the, if I ever have the opportunity to help them, I can never help them because they chose to do what they did to me. Because I have to share the energy. I have to share the energy that they shared with me. In other words, they weren't there for me. So if I ever became in the opportunity where I could help them, I can't help them. I can't help them. And I have to follow, and I'm not even saying that I'm holding a grudge. I'm not even saying that I never forgave them for what they did. I forgave them, but I choose to keep my stuff private. I choose to not socialize with them because of how they treated me. And people might want to call it a grudge. And people, I already know there's twists and turns to that story. And whoever wants to believe them, that karma's on them, because I know that I was truthful about it. So, anyways, getting back to the reading, the nostalgia, your person is thinking about all the times that you two spent together, even if it was just a few minutes, even if it was just one day. I think your person sees you as very amazing, that I think your person has been watching you, possibly on social media, and they see the changes you've gone through and see how you've grown and seen how you haven't let negativity drag you down to a dark place and keep you there. Okay? You're a fighter. You're a fighter for love. Loving yourself, getting your connection with spirit is the most incredible thing that you could ever want for yourself. And whoever wants you already feels that way or doesn't have a problem with you feeling that way, right? Whoever's for love is for God. Whoever's for lust is for someone else. I believe that God is love and love is God, and it is the most powerful force in the world, in the universe. So your person's thinking about you, wondering what it would have been like, wondering why did they push you away? Why did they believe those people who had negative things to say about you? And your person's been doing his or her own research and sees that it's all false, all to keep her where they want them, like under the thumb. No, you can't go to another job. What are we going to do here? We're going to be missing you. Meanwhile, we know that we could get him or her to do anything. Well, we sit back here and cackle and gossip. Well, we tell John over there, stupid John, he's so gullible. He'll clean the bathroom if I tell him to, or whatever, just so they don't have to do it. So the thing is once your person leaves that job, if your person is the person who I think it is, someone who goes above and beyond to make everyone's life easier and can handle a lot of tasks. Some people only have the capability of handling, say, like 3 tasks in a day, when, the people with the most intellect, the people who are most intelligent, can double or triple that amount. So they're using your person for the energy that they put out. But once your person makes the decision to come back to you and to leave that job and to leave that area or whatever, I don't know where you're at and I don't know where your person's at. But that's going to be the true strength of that company, and that whatever that function that he is doing, they're going to see the numbers drop, and then they're going to know that your person was the one really carrying that whole department. And you're only as good as the people under you. So whoever the boss is was blessed to have your person working under him or her, but they took advantage. They took advantage and they used him or her to advance themselves, knowing that your person probably wanted to go to another position. And that same person said, oh yeah, well, I'm going to put in a good word for you. And then they go tell the boss, hey, he's late all the time. He has a nasty attitude. I don't think you should advance him. Because they already know what your person does for that department. So instead of doing it honestly, that's kind of the way the world is coming now, where 40 years ago is a long time. Maybe a lot of you weren't even born yet, but 40 years ago, I was 20 something. Anyways, 40 years ago, they actually did background checks. They actually did call companies. Now, certain companies have certain rules, and it's certain things disclosed, right? So some companies, they'll only say what years you worked there. They won't ever say a job title. They won't ever say you did good or did bad or whatever. It's just, this is all the information you're going to get. The person you're inquiring did work here from October 1980 to August 84, and that's all the information they'll give. So it's not really a true background check, and you don't even know what you're getting at the end. So if you have someone who's good, you should reward them. But to reward your person would probably give your person the opportunity to not even one up the person that he or she's working for, right? But in that person's mind, the person that could put in the actual good word for your person has that mentality of, well, I can't let him or her come up above me. I know they probably deserve it, but I can't have that. What's it going to make me look like? That's the mentality. Anyways, so, maybe your person has expressed wanting to do something different. And, maybe he or she has put in their 2 weeks and then taken it back. Maybe they've done that a couple times. I don't know. But, there always seems to be these little offerings, like $1. They know that your person probably deserves a $5 an hour raise, right? But it's like $1. What's $1? That's $40 a week. It's $160 a month. Then with the probably 35% tax bracket these days. I don't know what the tax bracket is. It used to be like a third. Like if you made $800, you can type in 0.66, and then that's about what your pay would be. I don't know what the scale is now, but just little itty, just enough to keep you there, or keep your person there. They're still conniving. They're still leading him or her down the wrong path. They know that your person is his aura or her aura says power, it says strength, it says people listen to me, I get what I want. right? Not because, you know, they're just used to getting what they want. Call it a favor, favored by God. Your person's knowing that whatever they've chosen in the past can never be up to his or her expectations to match you. So they're really thinking about that. They're thinking about, I need to come in with a big offer. I need to come in with plan something really big. Maybe your person's been working and putting a little bit of money together, and maybe he's planning on coming out to see you. Maybe he knows a couple of things you might have said on social media, and he's jotted it down in his memory. And maybe he's planning on a little weekend getaway. And he wants to see how it goes, and he wants to see if the feelings are real. Those feelings that haven't gone away after all this time. Does he or she still feel the same about me? There's only one way to know, and that's to take that leap of faith and go out there and get what you want, if this is your person wanting that. But your person wants happiness, Choosing what was chosen before has turned into illusions, confusion, lying, deceit, backstabbing, undermining, underhanded actions, words, backstabbing. So they know what they chose was on the other scale of choosing you. They know that now. Can you forgive them for that? Can you understand that if your person would have chose you way back when, he or she didn't learn this valuable lesson that took this amount of time now? So when he or she comes back to you and says, look, I'm sorry I pushed you away. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. It was easier for me. I had so much going on. Not that you weren't important to me. It was that you were so important to me that I had to choose to push you away. Otherwise, I would have lost you forever. And here I am back. I thought I could forget about you. I thought I could find someone to match your energy. I've been around the world. I've seen many things. I've indulged in much more than I really want to tell you. But I know that I could have 10 ladies in my roster, and each one of them have a little bit of you. But not one has everything that you have. And I don't want to balance all of that. Why would I want to do that and risk being lied to, being used, being cheated, being this, being that, when if I just chose you and I had enough courage to step out in faith and to choose this crazy love that I feel about you that I've never been able to forget. I've learned a lot of lessons, and I've learned that betraying you is something I never want to have happen in my life again, because I can't live this life without you in it. Isn't that enough to make your heart melt? Isn't that enough? It takes a lot of courage for a person to say those things. It takes a lot of courage for a person to open up their heart. They've probably had their heart closed for many years. Why wouldn't you? The choice really is up to you. Can you have a higher perspective other than, I really love that guy way back then and look what he did to me, kind of thing? So you take the higher perspective and you choose love. If your person's doing the same thing, you both learn valuable lessons, especially if he learned them and he's going to know that I won't ever let anybody come between me and this again. I allowed it that one time. It put so much distance between me and her. And it made me search for something I already knew where it was. It made me search elsewhere because of the people around me. I didn't feel like I could stand up to them. Now, I'm standing up for love so I could stand up to anything. 'Cause God is love and love is God, and God is with me when I stand up for love, right? It's kind of cliche, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of those are powerful words, really. Wherever God is, whoever God is with, they will find a way. They will hold on to each other. They will remember the good and the bad. And they will both give and take. And you have to commit to that balance. You have to commit to keep your circle small. You have to commit to each other. You have to commit to not sharing your problems with other people. You have to commit to not causing problems in your relationship. You have to commit to allowing your person to be independent, right? You both can be independent and do things independently. Doesn't give a license to cheat. Doesn't give a license to seek attention elsewhere. What it does is gives your person the opportunity to say, hey, I'm going hiking today, and that's going to be my time where I have my free space, and I'll call you when I get to the top or something, whatever, or I'll see you when I get home. And if you both commit to each other, knowing that God knows, hears, sees all, hears everything, knowing that the person that you're connected with, you two are so energetically connected that he knows when you're crying. You know when he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. Yet you both choose to make it work for the right reasons, because you two don't want to live without each other again. You're becoming more skilled, or he or she's becoming more skilled in their activism, their is that the right word? They want to activate the love within them, and that love is just for you. But they're keeping it kind of quiet, like they don't. It's not that they're ashamed of you. They're just trying to protect how they feel about you. They're hoping and praying that when they come forward, that you'll have an open mind and listen, and that the words will rekindle the flame that you two once shared. And you two will talk about collaborating. What can you do together? What will you be doing separately? What kind of future do you really see with each other? Your person just might say, hey, I've loved you all this time. I had to grow and you allowed me. Now, I just want to grow with you. Let's just go elope and get married. What would you say? I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody. But it's very possible your person has had readings done on you. Your person has received messages. Your person may be like a Hierophant, right? Maybe he graduated spiritually and he's in touch with his awareness, his divine connection. And he knows that everything, I'm telling you, is true. He's ready to build a life with you. He sees you as his Queen of Cups, loving, kind, mature, generous. But she's okay to just have one love. That's all she wants. The one love. The true love. Praying that God is over that connection and that God sees that it's going to work out just fine. And as you both close one cycle, the cycle of wondering how each other feels about each other, the cycle of silence, you guys get to begin new. So that's the end of your intuitive reading. What I am going to do is pull out some angel numbers. And then I'm going to do the angel number for you today. So just so you know, the last reading took like 36 hours to download. I'm not sure if there's a certain thing where people who have more subscribers can download faster. I don't know what the delay is, but I don't know. And I'm not complaining, I'm just letting you know. A day and a half, almost 2 days, is a long time to download one video. So that's why, another reason why I wanted to do the shorts. Get some messages out there for all of you. Okay, angel number. Angel number, Holy Spirit, Holy Angel. Will the angel number match up with the intuitive reading? Okay. Okay, the first card is the Emperor. The Emperor's out. He wants to take charge. What is that? That's a V? What's a V? A V's a 5. So the Emperor's a 4. So the first number's a 4. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. 2 more numbers, please. Okay, the Knight of Cups is a 1, because we agreed that any court cards would be a 1. Okay, so we have 4, 1. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Angel number. We need one more. 411. So we got the Emperor, and we got the Knight of Cups, and the Knave of Wands. So let's hear what 411 has to say. I'm sure it's going to be very informative, right? 411, that's information. Angel number 411. Let's see. Shoot. Okay. Here's Joanne. Four one one is a blend of the energies and attributes of number 4 and the vibrations of number 1, appearing twice, amplifying its influences and relating to the master number 11. Number 4 relates to working determinedly towards achieving our goals and aspirations. It tells of hard work and effort, building solid foundations, motivation, stability, and practicality, system and order, and our passion and drive. Number 4 also relates to the archangels. Number 1 resonates with new beginnings and projects, self-leadership, inner strength and assertiveness, uniqueness and individuality, ambition and willpower, attainment and happiness. Number 1 tells us that we create our own realities with our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Number 1 appearing together resonates with the master number 11, the master teacher. Number 11 relates to the principles of spiritual awakening and enlightenment, illumination, positive energy, creative idealism, inspiration and intuition, self-expression and sensitivity. The message of the higher selves is to know, live, and serve our divine life purpose and soul mission. Angel number 411 is a message to engage in creative projects and pursuits and concentrate and focus upon your spirituality and serving your divine life purpose. Stay away from negative situations and keep a positive attitude and outlook in regards to your life and destiny. Angel number 411 is a message to keep your thoughts positive and optimistic as you undertake an important new role or venture. Your positive energies, intentions, and actions will manifest your expected results. Trust your angels to deliver all that you will need. Angel number 411 encourages progressive change, renewal, and growth, and tells you to share your knowledge and wisdom with others. It also tells you that all that you put your efforts towards will reap rewards in the future. Expect some well-earned rewards for good work well done. Your angels want you to know that you deserve the very best. Angel number 411 encourages you to keep striving ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous answers and solutions to appear as you need them, and ask the angels for some vital information that you may need to know right now. Okay, so that's your angel number. Let's do a divine feather so you can get a affirmation for today. Okay, let's see. There's the starling. It's pretty purplish. Well, it's like bluish, purple, bluish, greenish, grayish starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Okay? So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read the affirmation, okay? That was a long reading. I hope that you found it important to your life, right? Things that you can do or things you can research for yourself to make your own independent decision on whatever direction you're questioning. Okay, affirmation. I welcome others into my world and receive the gift of community. Okay, so helping people are around you. You just have to ask Spirit to bring them in and keep your heart open for the help that's on its way to you. Okay, and then we'll do 3 cards from the mermaids, and I'll just take 3 off the top, and however it resonates for you. First one is dive deep. Dive deep into your thoughts and feelings. Okay. Next one. Yeah, you have to go into solitude to get that right. You can't dive deep and have people ringing your phone, people knocking on your door. You need some time to yourself to really just be yourself, find yourself again. Sometimes we lose ourselves in relationships. Sometimes we lose ourselves in confusion and illusions. We forget who we are. Like, how come I can't be that person I was when I first got here, you know, when I first moved to this state, when I first, whatever, you know. It's important to never lose yourself. And the last one is hope. So hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. Be your authentic self. Okay. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you all. Without you, there's no need for me to be here. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if no one has told you today that you are loved, I love you. God bless you all. I hope you have a beautiful day. You probably won't get this until, I don't know, maybe tomorrow on Monday. But it's Sunday right now. God bless.